So I'm happy to see this. The shutdown's almost over. Let's listen to Speaker Johnson.
In the pain. It appears to us this morning that our long national nightmare is finally coming to an end, and we're grateful for that. At least some Democrats now finally appear ready to do what Republicans and President Trump and millions of hardworking American people have been asking them to do for weeks. As we said from the beginning, the people's government cannot be held hostage to further anyone's political agenda. That was never right. Shutting down the government never
It's
produces
about
anything.
time
Never
they did
has.
this
Study
finally.
history.
Finally, they're
So here we
getting
are.
at least
I
close
want,
to
I want to remind everybody
compromising.
this morning of another critical point that you've heard me here repeat over and over the last several weeks. It's something that I and Peter John Thune and President Trump and every Republican leader have all said repeatedly from the beginning. We have always been open to finding solutions to reduce the oppressive costs of health care under the Unaffordable Care Act. We just made clear that we would not and should not ever do that. That is, negotiate as hostages. And I've also reminded you here every morning at this press conference throughout the shutdown, Republicans have not just been talking about reducing costs and fraud and abuse in so many areas and in healthcare. We've been actually passing new laws to accomplish that urgent mission for the people, and we will continue to do so. So here's where we are by way of schedule, just so you know, if you're following. If you're not at home, if you're waking up to this good news this morning, the Senate's vote late last night, 60 to 40,
60-40, that's good.
The Senate is moving forward.
Finally, guys, people like King and others, what, 8, I think?
January 30th.
More than 8. Had to be more than 8. Had to be 12 or something. Democrats.
Fund SNAP provisions through the end of the next fiscal year, which is September 2026. Guaranteed back pay for all federal workers who have been made to endure these hardships.
Well, I don't know if I agree with guaranteed back pay, but
it also includes passage of pre-appropriations bills. We're grateful to be moving.
I don't think that congressmen and senators should have got paid though. Anyways, they're the ones. They're the only ones. Really, they're the ones that should have not got paid and not got reimbursed. They caused this. All these guys, all these jokers up there that we vote in office. It's all on us. We vote these idiots in.
That one or more could throw in the way, but we certainly hope that they won't do that because so many people across this country are desperate for the government to reopen.
You know, every day he gets up there and says the same thing, and I get it. The representatives passed a clean CR. The House of Representatives moved it to the Senate. The Senate filibustered on it. Didn't get to 60. Couldn't pass. But he says the same thing every day, and it's just annoying.
At the very moment that they do that final vote, I will call all House members to return to Washington as quickly as possible. We'll give a 36-hour formal and official notice so that we can vote as soon as possible to pass the amended CR bill and get it to
Why aren't they coming back today? The Senate's going to pass it today, if not tomorrow, and then you guys should vote on it right away. None of this wait till it's passed in the Senate to call back the House of Representatives. They shouldn't have left in the first place.
the president's desk, as you all know, and he said as recently as last night, I was with him, and he told the press, he said, we want to get the government open. He's very anxious to get the government reopened and to end the Schumer shutdown. We all are. With regard to the travel challenges, I spoke yesterday at some length with Transportation Secretary Sean Duffy, my former colleague and good friend, and he lamented the serious situation that we have with air travel in the U.S. He's bent over backwards, as all members of the administration and the cabinet have done in all of their areas of jurisdiction, to try to keep the government working for the people and to mitigate the pain and the harm. But the problem we have with air travel is that our air traffic controllers are overworked and unpaid, and many of them have called in sick. It's a very stressful job and even more stressful exponentially when they're having trouble providing for their families. And so air travel has been grinded to a halt in many places. And as of Sunday, nearly half of all domestic flights, U.S. flights, were either canceled or delayed. And it's a very serious situation. So I'm saying that by way of reminder. I'm stating the obvious. All my colleagues, Republicans and Democrats in the House, you need to begin right now returning to the Hill. We have to do this as quickly as possible. And we look forward to the government reopening this week so Congress can get back get back to our regular legislative session. We have a lot of business to do, as you all know, and we will be working in earnest. There'll be long days and long nights here for the foreseeable future to make up for all this lost time that was imposed upon us. I want to close with something that's important. I think it's important to say that this is genuine. I mean this sincerely. We applaud 7 Senate Democrats and 1 independent senator who did the right thing. They decided to put principle over their personal politics. And my urgent plea of all my colleagues in the House, that means every Democrat in the House, is to think carefully, pray, uh, and finally do the right thing and help us to bring an end to the pain of the American people. This has gone on too long. Too many people have suffered. It's long overdue. That's the update I wanted to give you this morning. There are probably lots of questions, but I'm going to get a lot of my own questions answered later today. So stay tuned for more. Thanks so much.
No questions. He's not going to take questions. So, what do you all think? Yeah, we got some other live updates from on Trumpy here, from this thing. 4 new updates. Let's see what the new updates are here. Hopefully, this is still being shown. Yeah, I guess it is. I guess you're seeing this. Airlines are bracing for 4 minutes ago. Bracing for further chaos this week, despite the fact that prospects for a possible end of shutdown. About 5,000 flights were canceled on Friday through Sunday. That's nothing amid all the federal airports. Disruption peaked on Sunday, where 10% of scheduled flights were canceled. It's a busy. Well, hopefully they're going to get it resolved before Thanksgiving, so that'd be good. Speaker Johnson urged members of the House to start returning to Congress, so to Washington. So he's giving them, I guess. That's not what he said, but so it looks like we're getting very close to this being done. So, let's hope we can get there. I don't know. Don't know. Hard telling, not knowing. Take care.